Breaking right now, the vile and despicable gang of internet trolls, the Sussex Squad, have invaded the Invictus Games, seem to be sitting behind Prince Harry and Meghan, and are now stalking and attacking and encouraging the police to arrest Tom Bower, the royal author who, of course, published the tell-all book about Meghan Markle. Now, no wonder Harry and Meghan ruined Invictus is trending all over social media, but the Sussex Squad, they just want to target people who are telling the truth. So let's look first at the disgusting way that they tracked down and then targeted Tom Bower, who, let's be honest, I know him very well, good guy, but elderly man in Vancouver.
Are at Invictus.
Oh, why I'm here?
Yeah, why are you at Invictus? Sure, really? Yeah? That's why you came to see? Or is it because you know Harry and Meghan were going to be here today? Yeah. Yeah, we've read the things you've wrote about them, especially Meghan. We've seen your book, we've heard about your book. So it's very interesting that you're at Invictus because we know why you're here. So why don't you tell the truth about why you're here? You came all the way from the UK and the UK press to Invictus in Canada just because you want to see it. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, we know.
Now, these are truly despicable people. Truly despicable.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, we dive into the perplexing presence of Tom Bower at the Invictus Games. This event, a brainchild of Prince Harry, is a beacon of resilience, healing, and community. It's a platform designed to uplift and support wounded veterans. Yet, amidst this positive atmosphere, we find the uninvited figure of Tom Bower, a man who has built a reputation on tearing down Harry and Meghan. Why was Bower there? Certainly not in an official capacity, nor to lend his support to the veterans. It seems his motives were far from honourable. Instead, Bower was there to do what he does best: spy, gossip, and twist narratives for his next tabloid hit. Bower's presence reeks of opportunism, a stark contrast to the spirit of the Invictus Games. If he had a shred of integrity, he would confess to his true intentions. But, as we've seen, integrity isn't something he's keen on showcasing. Instead, he hides behind a veil of pseudo-journalism, hoping to cloak his invasive actions under the guise of reporting. And then, as if on cue, up jumps Dan Wootton, ready to champion Bower's cause. Wootton, a man whose media persona revolves around obsessing over Harry and Meghan's every move, rushes to defend Bower's actions. He claims that Bower was unfairly criticised, conveniently ignoring the fact that Bower's sole reason for being at the Invictus Games was to dig up dirt. But let's not forget, this is the same Dan Wootton who stirs up anti-Sussex sentiments while masquerading as an objective journalist. He and Bower are two peas in a pod, thriving on lies, promoting hate, and attempting to tarnish the reputation of two individuals who simply sought to escape a toxic environment. And then, as if on cue, Dan Wootton leaps forward to defend him. Dan Wootton, a name synonymous with anti-Sussex narratives, is always ready to pounce. He's become a fixture in the world of tabloid journalism, a relentless presence nipping at the heels of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And oh, how he loves to play the defender of those who share his obsession. Enter Tom Bower, the uninvited guest at the Invictus Games. Wootton jumped to Bower's defence the moment criticism began to mount. But let's pull back the curtain on this little performance, shall we? Wootton would have us believe that Bower was merely an innocent bystander at the Invictus Games, unfairly targeted for his past transgressions. But we know better, don't we? Bower wasn't there to cheer on the veterans. No, he was there to dig up dirt, to feed his and Wootton's insatiable need for anti-Sussex gossip. And let's not forget, this is the same Dan Wootton who has made a career out of stirring up controversy where there's none to be found. His articles, his tweets, his television appearances, all carefully curated to paint Harry and Meghan in the worst light possible. All the while he pretends to be an objective journalist. But what's objective about consistently targeting two people who simply wanted to escape a toxic environment? Wootton and Bower are two peas in a pod, thriving on the chaos they create. They're not after the truth, they're after profit. And in their pursuit of this profit, they've become blind to the real story. They've become so engrossed in their twisted narratives that they've forgotten the most important part of journalism integrity. They've traded in their journalistic integrity for a chance to make a quick buck, and in doing so, they've lost sight of what truly matters. But amidst all this, there is a glaring reality that these men refuse to acknowledge. Harry and Meghan have moved on. They've built a life away from the constant scrutiny and the endless gossip. They've found success and happiness in their new roles, and no amount of tabloid smear campaigns can take that away from them. Yet, Wootton and Bauer continue their relentless pursuit, clinging onto Harry and Meghan's every move as if their livelihoods depend on it. Perhaps they do. After all, what would they write about if they didn't have the Sussexes to obsess over? These men claim to be journalists, but they're nothing more than gossip mongers, peddling lies for profit. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in the scandal, the controversy, the clicks and the views. But it's high time they faced the music. Harry and Meghan are thriving, and no amount of tabloid slander can change that fact. Harry and Meghan are thriving, and it's like a thorn in the side of these tabloid opportunists. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the enormous success of the Invictus Games, an event that brings together wounded veterans from around the globe, providing them a platform to showcase their resilience and strength. It is a testament to the vision of Prince Harry, who, against all odds, turned his dream into a reality. The Games were a beacon of hope, a celebration of bravery, and an inspiration to millions worldwide. Yet, amidst this triumph, we have the likes of Tom Bauer and Dan Wootton, who chose to focus their attention not on these extraordinary veterans, but on Harry and Meghan's every move. Their misplaced focus is not just disappointing, it's downright disgraceful. Let's not forget, Harry and Meghan are thriving. They have built a life outside the royal bubble, pursuing their passion for philanthropy and making a meaningful impact on the world. They have become a force to be reckoned with, a force that continues to grow stronger with each passing day. But for Bauer and Wootton, this success seems to be a bitter pill to swallow. Instead of acknowledging their accomplishments, they resort to petty tactics, hoping to tarnish their image. It's an obsession that has gone too far, a desperate attempt to remain relevant in a world where their credibility is dwindling. The irony here is that in their pursuit of Harry and Meghan, they've become the very thing they claim to despise, desperate, obsessed, and utterly fixated. They've allowed their personal vendetta to cloud their judgment, forgetting the very essence of journalism, to report the truth. The truth is, Harry and Meghan are doing just fine without them. They've carved out a niche for themselves, independent of the royal family, and are making strides in their respective fields. They are living proof that you can step away from toxicity, build your own path, and thrive against all odds. Meanwhile, Bauer and Wootton are stuck in a cycle of their own making, a cycle of obsession and desperation. It's a cycle that needs to end, not just for their sakes, but for the sake of journalism as a whole. In the grand scheme of things, Harry and Meghan are merely a small chapter in the book of their lives, a chapter they've chosen to close and move on from. It's high time Bauer and Wootton did the same. So, as we wrap up this reality check, let's remember the real scandal here. It's not about Harry and Meghan, it's about so-called journalists who can't let go of their fixation. It's about the constant pursuit of scandal over substance, of gossip over genuine reporting. The real scandal here is not Harry and Meghan, but the journalists who can't let go of their fixation. So, what's next for Tom Bauer and Dan Wootton? As we wrap up our discussion, I ask you, our viewers, to contemplate this question. Will these men finally drop their tabloid tactics and move on to more worthy pursuits? Or will they continue their relentless smear campaigns, always on the hunt for the next scandal, the next headline, the next opportunity to tarnish the names of Prince Harry and Meghan? It's a fascinating conundrum, isn't it? And one that perhaps speaks to the larger issue at hand, the state of journalism today. What does it say about a society when its reporters are more interested in scandal than substance, more enthralled by gossip than genuine news? But let's not forget the other side of this story, the love and support that people across the globe have shown for Prince Harry and Meghan. Despite the relentless attacks and unfounded accusations, they have remained dignified, resilient, and committed to their causes. They are a testament to the power of love and the strength of character, and they serve as a reminder that we should always strive to rise above the negativity that surrounds us. And what about Dan Wootton, a man who seems to be always ready to support anything against Prince Harry without considering the person behind the title? It's a troubling stance, one that seems to be more about personal vendetta than professional journalism. But perhaps it's time for him too to reflect on his actions and consider whether they align with the principles of fairness, integrity and respect. Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this matter. Do you agree with our analysis, or do you see things differently? Whatever your viewpoint, we welcome your comments and encourage you to share your insights. Before we go, a quick reminder. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more honest takes on royal drama. We strive to bring you the truth, not the tabloids, and we appreciate your support in our mission. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. See you next time.